Yeah, we were discussing about the isocost lines. We have taken rate of labor on the x-axis and rate of capital on the y-axis, and we have drawn three curves. That is cost curve, the total cost of the budget 40. Budget cost is $40. That is the middle one, and with that we can have 20 units of labor. How I got 20 is 40 divided by 2 rupees is the $2 is the rate at which the labor we have taken. So 40 divided by 2, 20 people can be engaged without having a capital units of labor at all. Whereas if you take the budget 15 units of capital can be engaged without having labor at all. How I got 15? You have not 15 exactly, 13.3, because 40 divided by 3 rupees is the $3 is the rate of capital we have taken. 40 divided by 3 is 13.3. So actual investment, actual production lies in between these two. So this line is a straight line drawn from two extremes of this. To have an idea about, you can choose any combination in between. That is the main point you have to remember. You can choose this point, you can choose this point, you can choose this point, any point you take. Suppose you choose this point, particular point. From here, if you draw a perpendicular, you will get roughly around 7.5 units of labor. And from here, if you link these two, it may be around 8 points of capital. Then this is one combination, or you can have this combination of less than 2.5 units of labor, and here you find roughly around 12.5 units of capital as the point. So you can take any point for that matter. So that will be the actual output. So output for different input combinations we have worked out. This also here, different input combinations we have done. Same, if you are increasing the quantity of budget, it will move towards right, and that is 25 units. If you reduce the capital expenditure, that is total budget, to the $30, it will be this line. So these three parallel lines which we have drawn are called three isocost curves for three different capital budget expenditures. So let us look at what happens in case rate of input is changed. Suppose capital interest rate or dividend rate is changed in the market. Then what will happen to your curves, isocost curves? Or wage rate is changed in the labor. Then how the input cost will influence the output cost. That's what we are going to discuss. Now consider how the isocost function shifts if our input changes instead of budget amount. Initially assume that budget is $40 only, rate of interest as 2, $5 is the rate, and that is variable, R is variable, right? And labor not 2, it is L is equal to $5, which is given here. So equation for the isocost is K is equal to 40 divided by R minus 5 divided by R, because into L. Then if R increases from say 2 to 3, then equation for the isocost will change like this. From 2 to 3, it will be 40 divided by 2 minus 5 divided by 3 will change into 40 divided by 3. 5 divided by 3 remains as it is, because there is no change in the labor. Wage rate is same 3, earlier also 3, now also 3. But this is increased from 2 to 3. In such case, the isocosts are shown in figure 3.a, I have shown you in figure, I will show you. Note that both the vertical capital intercept and the slope of the isocost function have changed. Whereas horizontal line labor intercept will not change. If you reverse the case, if you change the wage rate, horizontal will change and vertical will be unchanged. I will show you both. Here you find, here horizontally this is the labor, there is no change. So there is no change. But capital, earlier wage rate was 2, now wage rate is, capital rate is increased. When capital rate is increased, total budget remains the same. 40 divided by 2, you could have more units of capital. Now you can have only less units of capital. Then labor, there is no change, therefore this won't undergo any change. So this is the change of input combination. So if you take from here, if you draw a perpendicular, this will be your units of labor and this will be your units of capital. And this is the changed L2 and this will be your changed K1. As you increase the L, K will come down. And this is K and L input combinations we are talking for a given rate of capital and wage rate. If I change the wage rate, capital rate from R rate is decreased from 3 to 2, let us say. So 40 divided by 2 means 20 units of capital can be invested there and your combinations will undergo change. See here. This is your K1, L1. This is your K2, L2. So this is the output also. Output remains same. Always your budget is same, $40. There is no change in the $40. Down if you go for it, here you are not changing the capital rate. Rate of interest is constant. But rate of wage rate is changed. Suppose wage rate is increased from 3 to 5. Then you can have lesser capital, lesser labor only. Then you will have again the combinations, different combinations can be worked out like this for given higher wage rate. This is how L1, L2, L3 comes. So your original labor is L1 and your capital is high, L2 capital is low and L3 capital is further low. Units of labor. Same case you can see there also. This completes the idea that what we are talking is rate of interest will decide about the slope of the curve. This is what we have already discussed while discussing the marginal productivity. We have already discussed that this is the slope of the curve. So slope of the curve will undergo change. A, B, C we have seen already. B by AB we have already worked out. So this is called slope of the curve. So slope of the curve is decided based upon the rate of labor and rate of interest. If they undergo change, this will also undergo change. So price of the capital is held constant at 2 and the price of labor changes from 3 to 5. $40 isocost function will pivot about the point 40 by 2 on the vertical axis as shown in the figure B. So this is how we need to work out as far as it's concerned. So production cost function has got two components. Number one is isoquant, that is equal costs. Number two is isocosts, that is equal costs. Once we know these two, optimal employment can be seen in our next video, wherein how do we combine these two. When you combine these two, that is done this chapter. Thank you.